Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black. Enjoy.
But when y'all kids, oh shoot.
Yeah, doing all that talking. Bro, they're gonna keep talking. Keep talking. Doing all that talking. Checklist of things that you
No, it's cool. It's cool, JD. It's cool because you know what's gonna happen is when he 50 and he got 3-year-olds in the crib.
Yep.
Then what?
That's what it's gonna hit, right?
That's what it's gonna be.
Bro, hey, that's what it's gonna really hit right there. When he hit
50?
Yeah, when he's 50 and he got a 3-year-old.
He got a 3-year-old.
We're
gonna be looking at him like
and all our kids
all
like in high school.
Exactly.
Looking at him like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go where?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Guess you gonna miss another trip then.
Oh, you missing another guy trip? Fellas trip,
Right.
you can't go.
Speaking of trip, what? Huh?
Look.
Hey, Mo threw that out there quick, didn't he?
I just go ahead and put that disclaimer.
Basically, he not going.
I just want to put out there and let everybody know that
No, I'll be there. But my +1.
My dog put it out there early. He was like, look,
man, if I can't get that in before the year out, just letting y'all know it's gonna be
bro, you ain't gonna make it, bro. Like, well, I ain't gonna say that. I mean, y'all can pull up, you know.
I'll be there, dog. I just might not be there for the duration.
What you got to do is, you got whatever time period we said we gonna go.
Yeah,
y'all go 3 days before that. If you get the 3 days, look, I'd rather for you to cut your trip short with us.
No, you're right.
So you go ahead and do y'all thing. Y'all done 3 days early, and if we out there for 5 days, you only out there with 2 or 3 days with us. You just cut your 2 days off. That's how you do it.
Good point,
I'm gonna learn you, bro. I'm gonna learn you.
Now, that's a good point.
I don't know how you gonna explain to her how she get on that flight coming home by herself.
No, you're right.
No, you figured that one out. But once you figured that one out, then you know everything else should be working.
Bro, just bump up the first class, dog. You'll be straight.
There you go.
He trying to turn his trip to a $500 trip, bro. Mess around to be $1,500.
I'll never forget that day, bro. I'll never forget that day me and Tori watched that plane door close. And we and we stuck, bro.
That's why he ain't been on the trip since.
And then we stuck in the airport that closes, bro. Like we ain't used to that in Atlanta. Like the airport closes. We gotta go get a hotel. Fort Lauderdale, bro. Fort Lauderdale. We gotta go get a hotel. I promise you, I would have chilled in their lobby and found some Waffle House, bro.
No, because like the crazy thing was, bro, like me and Corey got on that flight, but we had no clue that y'all wouldn't get on the flight with us, bro. We just looking like, bro, what mom and Tori?
Dog, we sitting there looking sick, bro. Like
messing around with Will.
Man.
That was a Delta flight.
Then we gotta mess around and go find a hotel in the area. The taxis ain't running to, you know, some place. The only place in the area, the top end hotel. We gotta get a Sheraton room. By the time we get to the room, we start.
Y'all had to go to the Sheraton.
We had to go to the Sheraton, bro. We ain't had no food. You know, we ain't ate. We had to order room service, which is an extra surcharge. And then just to get home, we get the Razor Gator on time in the morning. We had to get a first class flight. Well, both of us came out of an extra G, just trying to get back to Atlanta.
See, I didn't know all that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
First class.
Bro, it was sick, bro. I mean, thankfully, we were both in the position where, you know, we had it, but it was just like, we wasn't trying to spend it, though.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I didn't know y'all had to do that to get back. I thought
whole G, bro.
That the thing that sucked about it, though, is because we were in Fort Lauderdale and you couldn't... you were in the airport that, like you said, closed. If it was Atlanta, you would have.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, we could have copped a $50 hotel room or something, you know, like it wasn't no option. I just thought about
what it took to get there, bro, and like y'all still wouldn't able to get on the flight. So we were supposed to fly out of Miami.
Dog, that was a day, bro.
Who lost that camera? Who was that? You that lost your camera? left it in the cab. Somebody left their camera in the cab.
Was it me?
They left the digital camera in the cab.
That sounds familiar.
Actually, I feel like I had a camera, but I don't feel like I was walking around Miami with a camera.
It was some trip we was on. Somebody left their camera.
We definitely lost the camera. I can't remember if it was me or somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That might have
been. Was that the trip the man flew us from one airport to another? He was speeding
in a cab. Yeah, because we were supposed to fly to Miami. Because we was on that standby, bro.
Supposed to hit that trolley.
We was on the standby joint because we was like trying to get the buddy passes, and that's what killed us because the buddy pass. Basically, it was too many flights going out of Miami, so it was like, oh, but we can fly to Fort Lauderdale. It was a flight to Atlanta. Oh, but that was just poor planning, but it was really what it boiled down to, bro. Like,
yeah, we wasn't. I mean, we was just trying to get to Miami. We weren't thinking about how to get back.
Yeah, we weren't really. And you found out that Atlanta on a buddy pass system is easy getting out. It's coming back where the headache is
on a Sunday at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, we should have planned that to come back like on like Monday or Tuesday or something like that.
Yep. Would have been good.
Oh well. Well, hey, look, man. Well, before we even get into this week episode, hey, make sure y'all subscribe to Patreon. Like, if y'all like that little preview we just gave y'all, that's really how we talking on Patreon for real. Like, we having homeboy banter, behind the scenes, like talking about anything y'all can imagine, but it's only on Patreon. So make sure y'all subscribe to Patreon and get that content. And we got a special going on right now. Like, so the first tier, I think it's like $3.
Yeah.
$3, bro. Like, so
that's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy. They ain't even a Chick-fil-A biscuit these days, you know?
True. Definitely. So make sure y'all subscribe, man. And, support us on Patreon. We would greatly appreciate it. We're using those funds to go like right back in this podcast to make this experience even more better for y'all. So that's all I got for that. But I do have one question. How much is too much with sharing on social media?
Corey, bro, what's up, man? Talk to us. Like, what, you the post king, right?
Yeah. I probably posted about, I don't know. It's been years, to be honest. So
since the last time you posted?
Yeah, they actually made an actual post or a comment. Hey, that's two different thing, right?
On what? Hold up. You on the gram or Twitter or what? Like what? I mean.
Oh, as far as well, I'm thinking about Facebook. Twitter has probably been about. I mean, not Twitter. Instagram probably about. It's been a couple years. I think when the Falcons won the Super Bowl, 2017.
Man, golly,
so
bro.
It's been over 4 years.
Wow.
So too much. That's a lot for me. because I don't post a whole lot, but the stuff I see these days, the main thing for me is keep your personal life off of social media. It's just too much. Like today, people just put too much on there, and it's funny because I saw some posts. It was like when people post, especially when it comes to like relationships and stuff, people say like, you post all this stuff about your relationship, then all of a sudden things stop. Like, we need closure too, the people that are viewing these things. So we want to know what happened.
That's just the way we need closure too.
No, that's what somebody posted. I was like, you know what, that is funny because I'm the type of person I just be on there looking at stuff because people post it. Right. If I got some free time just to scroll, that's what I'm gonna do. And
so you put it out there, it's fair game, huh?
Yeah, it's fair game, but it's just, I think that like especially when it comes, I'm big on like, it's your personal life. The people that's important who need to know or should know, they know, but everybody else, you got, thousands of followers or whatever. They don't really, people don't really care, but if you feel like you want to share it, then of course they're going to be all in your business. So I feel like you should just, when it comes to your like things dealing with your personal life, your relationship, whether you're married or not married, just keep it to a minimum. That would
specifically speaking, though, like what is too much? Like,
what's too much? Especially if you're having problems. That's not your vent. That's not your vent session. I'll give you a perfect example of things that I see. So, I see people. All right, when things are going good, hey, they posted them and their significant other doing this, doing that, and then sometimes all of a sudden it just stops. And I'm good at let me click these photos to see if that person's been untagged or those photos aren't there anymore. And I'm like, oh wow, the picture's gone now. And so, and then maybe a couple months later, you might start seeing the pictures again. I see that often from people, which I think is just, I mean, it's pointless to me because once again, people don't need to really know about what's going on in your personal life.
Mm. See, I feel like I feel you. I feel like that debating like is too much on social media. Like, because I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, why?
You said debating?
Debating. Like, and some people just, some people like to argue. Some people, they passionate about topics, and I get it. I mean,
right.
you may scroll up across something, and obviously get down into the comments, and next thing you know, somebody that says something, and you got to go in on it, But on social media, like, where is this going? Like what is the end goal? Like, you're not going to change that person's opinion.
Yeah.
Based on what you say, they're not going to change yours. So the amount of time that you spend formalizing this post, waiting for the response, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, it's just, and I know we live in the age where people got these dummy accounts and, I guess it's an outlet. I don't know. I don't understand. So, I'm not going to like belittle it as if it's not a thing. And if it's not, somebody doesn't see it as necessary. I'm just saying, what's the end goal? The debates. I don't know. I mean, it's just not my thing.
I feel that. I feel that because I mean, I've definitely, as a matter of fact, I had to get off Facebook for a good little minute because of something very similar to that. Okay. Like, so, when I'm on social media, most of the time, I'm just kind of, Instagram is kind of like the place where I'm at the most, where I'm interacting the most. But I was on Facebook, man, and I won't even share what the topic was, but somebody asked a question on Facebook. Mm. So that was number one. You're asking people's opinion, right? And so I gave my opinion on the question that you asked. And the person like completely went off on me, right? On some like, yo, who are you? Who is this person? Why would you say this? Like, how do you feel about like, I'm like, yo, and I was getting ready to like really go in. And I'm like, why?
Right.
Like, why am I about to go in on somebody? Oh, it made no sense. And I was like, yo, I'm too invested. And I deleted Facebook app off my, like, this
just off of that?
No, this lady blocked me and like she went off on me on a post and then just like blocked me over my opinion. And I'm like, and this was somebody I went to school with. Like, so it ain't like, this is somebody I went to high school with.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. And when I look back on it, I'm like, you know what? I can't even be mad at her because that's her opinion, right? But also you asked for everyone's opinion on something. So it's just like what you said, people on social media, I've learned that people are looking for people that think exactly like them. And as soon as you challenge anything like that, that's when the argument starts. And it's kind of like, what's the whole point, bro? It's pointless.
See, that's what, like, to me, go ahead, see.
No, I was going to say, do you think it's worth turning off the comment section? Like, if you got something or you whatever your opinion, thoughts, or whatever it is about something, you make a post that's it. People like it or they don't like it. Do you think it's worth having the comment section on?
The irony to that is, I feel like that completely defeats the purpose of social media. Because 100%. then where's the social aspect, right? Like you've literally created this profile, whatever platform it is, and all you do is you want to post what you think without any type of connection, pushback, bro, you might as well just sit in the room and talk to yourself. Or
now,
what about
this is something that I've done. I'll put something on Facebook with the intent of not even answering it. Because here's the thing about social media. You don't have to say anything, right? You can make a post and everybody else will argue in the comments. Like, you don't even have to defend your thought or anything. Like, you can literally put something down and let people go off and do what they want to do. Now, there's been times where I did that where it's like the last post that I just put recently, I asked, what was the last time, do you remember the age that you learned how to play spades, right? I did that for a social experiment. Now, it was probably about maybe 60 or 70 comments on that post, right? And there was one white guy on that post because I was trying to test the theory of white people. I don't think white people play spades. That's what my thought process was for me making that post.
And I'm a black person that doesn't play spades, but that's
I know. I think we talked about this on the podcast before.
I don't know. Just whatever. I'm weird.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I was trying to test the theory, and like I said, only one white guy responded an age, and everybody else was like all black people. And I was just like, yo, I think I think there it is right there, bro. And I got plenty of white friends on Facebook to the point where that algorithm should have kicked in and I should have had some more white people put in something. So it was like, yep, I got my answer there. But yeah, bro, I don't know, man. It's social media, I guess, especially for us kind of being there. And I know we're about to date ourselves, but us being there from like the inception.
Literally, like,
you know what I mean?
When Facebook was a wall.
Yeah. It's kind of weird now to see where things are now, and everyone has a, social media just made people famous, basically. Famous. And so everyone has a voice, when sometimes you don't really need a voice, but it is what it is, I guess.
So what do y'all feel about because you just brought up something that just made me think of something completely different, like the reality that everybody has a voice. Like, what do y'all feel about celebrities and the platform that they have on social media? Is there a responsibility, or are we putting too much on them? Like it's just their personal account, right? And I mean, yes and no, because celebrities have marketing behind their social media accounts, right? Celebrities have agents, they have PR people behind their social media accounts, or some of them actually use it as their social media account. Is there an expectation that should be put on them, or are we putting too much on them? Y'all, that must have stumped y'all with that one.
No, you didn't stump. I was really waiting on Corey to talk. He too busy over there watching the game.
Corey over there watching the game over there. I'm watching
this screen, man. I think that once you accept that celebrity status, or you inherit that celebrity status, unfortunately, I mean, you're gonna have a lot on you. I mean, I don't think it's we putting too much on them. It's just, I think they're held to a higher standard than just the average person. Unfortunately, I mean, that's what's gonna happen when you become a celebrity. It's just one of those things you're just gonna have to deal with. So your platform is important, regardless of if it's the marketing, using it as a marketing tool, or if you're using it as your own personal tool. It's just, your platform is important, and people are listening to you, especially your fans.
I feel that. I respect that. And I guess the only pushback that I'll give to that is, the problem is we look up to celebrities too much. Because at the end of the day, bro, they are the exact same people, just with a different job title. Like, it's really, they're the same. Like, if any of us, and all of us know somebody that's a celebrity, or somebody that has had some type of fame.
Right.
We know we have a personal relationship with them, and we know that they just like regular, bro. Like, they no different than me and you. The only difference is they just have a camera pointed in their face all the time, or the world deems them as famous. But they're really just regular people, bro. Like they just happen to be in a profession that the world looks at and puts on the pedestal. Like that's really, it's all like idolizing. That's really all it really is. Because if we look at a basketball player, right? How many basketball players we knew growing up? Plenty, right? Everybody didn't make it to the NBA, but we knew plenty of basketball players. And not saying that they were bad or good, it's just they were basketball players. So you mean to tell me the only thing that makes them different than the one guy that played basketball all the way up to college and went overseas and played is that they're in front of a camera and have better marketing dollars spent on them. That's literally the only difference. If you look at somebody like a LeBron James, and I'm just saying LeBron James because that's somebody that, even if you don't watch basketball, you know who LeBron James is. What's the difference between a LeBron James and a Lamont McIntosh that we went to college with?
Shout out to Lamont.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just using that, but like the only difference is one person went to the NBA and had a camera put in their face. And no, I'm not saying that he didn't live up to it, but he had a camera put in his face and marketing dollars poured into it. And the other person went on and had like a similar long career playing overseas, but the camera just went in front of his face 24/7. Like, but they both are damn good basketball players. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's weird, bro.
Here's the irony of social media, bro. Like, it was literally created to make the world smaller, I guess is the best way to say it, right? Like, where your connection to someone does not no longer has to be face to face. Like that's at the base level of it. Yet here we stand in an era and a time where I feel like social media is one of the most divisive tools that we've ever seen in our life.
Okay.
So created to pull you together, but it like all of a sudden we're living in this space where, bro, it segments people groups based on whoever's voice seems the loudest in the moment, right? Not fact, like not based on like
facts don't matter.
Facts don't matter because everybody has facts technically on social media. Like whatever you post is quote unquote your truth or whatever you feel, and nobody can take that away from you because it's your right. You have a voice, blah 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 blah. Yet the tool itself is almost working against us because nobody is allowed. You just said it. Like you talked about celebrity. Like nobody's allowed to be regular, and regular people think completely different things. Hold on.
Bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, but that makes a lot of sense, bro, because you have a bunch of regular people who are striving to be celebrity, right?
Okay.
Like, and that, I think that's the biggest difference. I'm just gonna try to paint the best picture I can. Remember, I think it was like Club 1150 or whatever the name of it was back in the day when Diddy came and we saw Diddy, right? Walking through the club. That felt like, yo, that's Diddy, right? Because Diddy was somebody that I'm never gonna see Diddy in person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now I can go on my phone and I can tell you exactly what Diddy did or what he's doing right now. So the celebrity of a celebrity is not it's not that much of a big deal. Celebrities have been normalized, so to speak. But the main difference today is someone can sit in their like mom's basement and have like the most influence ever just because they did something consistently and they build an audience on social media and they are a celebrity influencer. So it's just like that gray area is so different now. And I don't know, man, it's just, on one hand, it's dope because like we do a podcast and we can gain some type of notoriety and put great information out there. And so using social media that way is great. But the flip side of that is, you know, there are people that literally tell a different story on social media than what they are in real life. That's when it's weird, bro. Like it gets weird when it goes down that road.
Yeah. Core, what's your, like, I'm still intrigued, bro. Like, cause I have my reasons of when I post and when I don't, but like, like, it's almost crazy to me to hear that you have not posted in years. Like, why haven't you gotten closer to your network, in a sense, right? Your social media network.
My social media network.
Yeah, your people, man, your followers, your, you know, whatever you would call
it. That's a good question. I don't know, man. It just, I guess I'm really not that interested in posting. I think the older I get, I feel like, you know, I'm big on the people that should know. And I just know that, like, it's people that, you know, I'm friends with, I haven't spoken to in years, or, you know, I haven't seen in years. And I mean, it's just not that important to me to, you know, post things that are going on in my life. I mean, it's not important. I don't have another way to explain it. It just, I don't, yeah. What everybody else posts is enough to keep me busy.
Is it entertainment? It's just pure entertainment for you?
That's why I was going with it, Mo.
To see other people post? What, to see other people post?
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't
some
you
of
know
it
what
is.
everybody else is doing.
Because once again, if you want to share your whole life with me, then hey, you know how it is,
interesting,
man.
though, bro. Like, when you think about it, because it's not that you don't have time for social media, because you clearly got time for social media.
Oh, I have time for social media. I get that weekly screen update every week on my phone.
See?
And so I'm proud when it says down. I'm on social media.
It's so funny, bro, because, like, I have people who ask me, like, yo, what's up with Corey? And I'm like, in my head, I be wanting to say, guess what? He know exactly what's going on with you.
He know what's going on with you.
Hey, if you posting, I know what's going on.
Oh, man.
Bro. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Will that change? I'm just trying to think, like, even I'm thinking, like, even when I have, like, a family, I don't even know if I would post my kids on there. Maybe, like, every now and then. Yeah. Maybe. But just to be posting stuff all the time, that's just not me. That's why I say, if social media went away today, I mean, it wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't care. But I mean, if you're using it as a marketing tool, you have a business, you're trying to promote whatever. Hey, if I were making money off of social media, then of course, yeah, I would be posting. But I'm not into it that much to, you know, where I can use it as a money making tool for myself, because it's just not something that I'm that into. I mean, I don't have to have, you know, I don't have to live and die by social media. I know for some people that, you know, they're probably, the majority of that day they're probably on social media, and I'm hoping it's for you know, they're making money off of it. But if you're just on it just to be on it, I mean, I think that's just a waste of time.
No, I respect it. I ain't gonna hate on you. I'm gonna let it ride.
If you do, it's fine. Hate on, brother. I guarantee you I won't be making a post next week.
I guess, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like, it to me, it just gives people too much of an opportunity to paint a completely different reality for everybody else outside of who they really are, man. And, you know, that's kind of the majority of it, honestly. I mean, especially we're talking about something like Instagram, where, you know, your photos don't even represent you from point A to B, like where you crack your eye in the morning. Filters. Let's just leave it at that. Filters.
Them filters something else.
Them filters ain't fair, man. You know, and people
ain't fair.
I mean, you know, and I guess I guess it is a desire for celebrity, or at least to feel valued or something like that. That's what scratches our, like, that scratches our back right there.
If you want to get deep, and if we turn this to a therapy session, that's exactly what social media is the desire to be liked, to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all of those things. Because when you think, if you really just strip down, like, we can look at Instagram, right? Just really strip down Instagram. I post a picture and I'm hoping that people like the picture. I'm hoping people comment on the picture just so I can feel good about whatever. And Corey, maybe you haven't done it, but I can't say we all, I'll speak for myself. I've definitely posted a picture and 20 minutes later, I'm looking to see if it got some likes. And I'm like, why?
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sure.
the times I posted, I've done that too. Or I want to
Yeah.
see what comments, or I want to see what people are saying, or whatever. And I think it's just natural, man, because that's what you see, and that's what you're gonna expect when you make a post. So sometimes I'm like, man, I wonder what would happen if they just. And I want to say they talked about this. Correct me if I'm wrong. If they were talking about removing the like feature at one time.
Yeah,
Did y'all hear something about that?
They talked about it. They limited likes. That's what they're doing now. They're more so limiting the likes. Which,
what do you mean?
So say the only way that I can really put it, and I'm sure there's some language that I can pull up to give it a better explanation. But let's say on average, if your pictures was getting like 100 likes, to get 100 likes, your content is probably being seen by, let's just say 300 people or 400 people. So now you might average 50 likes. And the reason why is because your content is only being seen by half of the amount of people. And so like, it's something that they did to limit those likes. Cause it was, the same thing that we're talking about, just people are doing too much trying to get likes. And I'm assuming that they kind of can't try to crack down on it to make people feel, I guess, better about themselves. So it wasn't so much competition on likes and all of that, self-imaging and things of that nature. But I mean, bro, it's one of those like who cares type thing. And the truth is everybody cares. Somewhere deep down, everybody cares, but it's just social media is such a weird thing because while you don't post, you said that your weekly screen times let you know that you stay on social media. You know what I mean? So like, even if you're not on the posting side, you're not creating the content. You are the person absorbing the content. I might create the content, but like you're doing the opposite, right? And so we both working together at the end of the day to make social media super successful at the end of the day.
True. Yeah, I would say there was once a time where I felt that I needed to have that like approval. I feel like today, and this I don't even think we got time to dive deeper into this, but I feel like I'm guarding myself from needing that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like even to the point where, because Corey, the reason I was asking you so many questions is I also don't post on IG. Like I post on Twitter. Twitter is kind of like my news feed. Like it's like my broad. You get it from all angles. Ironically, you get it from the places that you've chosen to get it from, which is another thing that sometimes we don't even realize on social media. Like you kind of pick what your feed is, right? Based on who you follow. But at the same time, it's more of a random one snapshot type of thought process thing. And I can put my thought out there and it's done. Whereas Instagram is, you almost get to paint a picture, like you almost get to paint a narrative of who you are, what's going on, and how awesome your life is. And what I realize is for myself personally, that's unhealthy, because if I get a chance to manipulate what's real in any kind of way based on what I feel like I need in terms of approval, that's unfair to myself. It's unfair to the people that are watching. 9 times out of 10, it's just going to lie to me. And it's not going to affect you because you're not me, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to put me in a situation where I believe something about myself that might not be true. So that's why I don't post. And honestly, I have great things that I could post about, but I just don't take the time to do it, because I'd rather live those great things out in real time. I enjoy watching everybody else. I enjoy interacting. I comment, I connect. I still connect with the people that I love and so on and so forth. But for me personally, I realized that was a healthy thing. And I think for every individual, you just need to have a real picture of who you really are and not let social media lie to you at the end of the day.
That's dope.
Yeah, I agree, man, because I'm not going to say it was a time, but I'm trying to hold a sneeze in.
Dog, go and let that COVID out, dog.
Nah, come on, man. It's just allergies. But no, man, it's just like sometimes I'm looking at people post different posts, and I'm like, I have to catch myself from like stop comparing myself to them, because I'm like, I hear from people all the time, they'll know actual people making posts and they'll know that person in real life, and it'll be like that person just
that's crazy.
that's not the life that person is living, this life they're posting on social media. So there are times where I just say, okay, I'm just gonna not even, like I said, I don't have to have social media, so I can easily pull away from it at any given moment, and I don't have to get on it. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just not even get on it, just because it's not something that I gotta see what's going on, or when I wake up in the morning, I grab my phone, I'm going to social media or whatever. I can just pull away from it and be all right.
No, that's real, man. That's it's a tricky thing, man, because I had to, similar to what you said, Mo, I had to learn to just learn the value, because I got to a point where I was like, yo, you can be on social media and like look up and 15, 20 minutes on went by just from scrolling, right? And so I had to put limitations on myself where I put on my phone where, like, okay, after an hour of social media for that day, I make it where it's disabled. Like I can't get on social media, right? Like I can put in my code, but it's like I have to go through steps to be able to get back on it. And I was like, that helped me because it started to put it in perspective. I'm like, yo, if I spend an hour a day on social media, 7 hours in a week, it makes no sense for me not to be able to get some things accomplished off my checklist that I wasn't able to do that week. If I can put 7 hours into watching somebody else's content, you know what I mean? So, it's those things that we have to kind of put in perspective just to kind of help ourselves out when the time comes. One thing that I started doing on social media is most of the things that I show, I just kind of show you what I'm seeing. So I try not to put myself in a lot of things. I kind of
that makes sense.
I try to show people what I'm seeing, and
almost like a glimpse.
Yeah. Just a glimpse. Like that's what I kind of use it as. Outside of that, if you go to my IG right now, bro, it's mainly golf. Like that's all I put on there for the most part. But if you look at my story, I rarely show my face in my story. I'm showing you what I'm seeing, whatever part of that life is. But
hey, side note, man, y'all follow JD golfing page, so man, Black Man Golf, is it?
Black Men Golf 2.
Black Men Golf 2.
Yeah, Black Men Golf. So it's like,
we
black men think over here, but Black Men Golf too.
You be out there, bro. You be out there.
TOO, right?
You said what?
I said TOO, not the number 2.
Yeah, right. TOO. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, bro. Thank you for clarifying. But yeah, man, just trying to get out there and have it. It's a stress reliever. It's a mind clearer. It's exercise. I know a lot of people don't think that golf is like taxing on the body, but it is 100% taxing on the body.
You're gonna feel it the next few days.
You're gonna feel it the next day. All the walking, the twisting and the turning, you definitely gonna feel it the next day. But yeah, man. Thank you for shouting that out. I appreciate that for sure. So I want to get into a black fact real quick before we close it out. So, and shout out to this website, bro. I don't even, I'm just looking at, I Googled it, but it's called blackfacts.com. Right. Okay. So shout out to y'all. But they have like a black fact for every day of the week. Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm not going to tell you what day of the week is because I don't know when y'all going to see this episode. But
on whatever day you want it to be.
Yeah, it's whatever day you want it to be. So here's a black fact. Frank Robinson was named the manager of Cleveland. So Frank Robinson was named the manager of the Cleveland Indians and became the first black manager in the major leagues on this day in 1974. So
okay.
That's dope, bro.
That's the legendary Frank Robinson, right?
Legendary Frank Robinson, one of the top home run hitters of all time. Played for the San Francisco Giants, if my memory serves me correct. But shout out to Frank Robinson. first Black manager in the major leagues, man. So you see, we've been doing things for a long time and breaking barriers. So that's it, man. Yeah, definitely. Any last words, Mo, Corey?
I'm good, man. I'm just waiting on Corey first post, man.
Keep watching. I might post a pic one day or something.
Okay. We're gonna get you on this Discord community, bro, and let you post in there. So if y'all want to see Corey post, y'all gotta join our Patreon account.
Right.
Y'all go to Patreon, join our Patreon. We got a Patreon only chat in there. You can get a closer glimpse of what we got going on, more personal. We have some tiers in there. Let me look at it while I'm trying to talk off the top of my head. Let me give you the exact tiers of everything.
Hey, just so y'all know, man, Corey's single too, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see Corey post, man.
He putting it out there for my boy.
Y'all go ahead and join the Patreon.
Hey, we're gonna do Patreon only dating. We're gonna go on Patreon
slide
dates,
his
Corey?
DMs,
What's
man.
up?
Slide in his
just
DMs.
Just slide in the DM. Send me that resume.
Just slide in the DM. That's hilarious, bro. But what was I gonna say? All right, so cool. So on Patreon right now, if y'all join, right now we have 2 tiers, right? And so the first tier is our family tier. Excuse me. And on our family tier, it's $3 a month. So you pay for that, and you're gonna get early access to our episodes, right? So season 2 is not dropping until November, sometime in November. But if you want all these episodes early, join our Patreon account. You'll be able to get access to all of these episodes before they hit to the world. So you'll be an early adapter. You also get our Patreon only Discord community. So you'll be able to chat with us, talk, send suggestions to us as far as what you guys want us to talk about on the podcast. The other tier we have is our Thinkers tier. That you'll get our Black Afterthoughts podcast. So that's like another bonus content that you guys get to get in addition to the early access to our podcast. And you also get merch discounts and some other stuff too, man. Just go and check it out. blackmanthink.com, click on Patreon link, or you go to patreon.com/blackmanthink and get all of that. So we would greatly appreciate it, for real. Like whatever you do helps us with this podcast. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got, man. That's it. So see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Or if you're on Patreon, you can see us right now.
I mean, we might see you right after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Black Men Think Podcast.